Today I will show you how to find the vertex, the maximum, and the minimum of quadratic equations. Example, we have 2x squared minus 4x plus 5. So to find the vertex, let's um, review what is the quadratic equations form look like. So this is what's look like. So make sure that you write um, it the problem in order from ax squared plus bx plus c. So the x to the second need to be the first one, okay, in order to get the ax and the b and the c's right. So according um, to this, we know that the a is 2, the b is negative 4, and the c is 5. Now this a, because this attacks with the highest degree, which is the x squared, so we call this leading coefficient. That's the name of that number 2. So to find the vertex, we're going to divide the b with 2a. So let's see what's the vertex is here. So the b is negative 4. So make sure you keep the minus, the negative side in front of the b, and then you put the minus 4. And then 2 times 2, which is the a. So the answer is 4 over 4, which is 1. So let's graph this in decimals to see what it look like. So right now, as you can see, the vertex is right there. It has the x values of 1. Okay, so this is the x values of 1. So now to find the y of the vertex, you're going to plug the x equal to 1 into the original equations. So to find the y, again, I'm plugging the x equal to 1 inside the original equation. So here I have 1 squared minus 4 times 1 plus 5. Let's simplify it. 2 times 1 squared is 2 minus 4 times 1 is 4 plus 5. That's give me 3. So now the vertex is 1, 3. So the vertex on the quadratic graph, which is what we call parabola, is either the maximum or the minimum. So for this example, this vertex is the minimum. Disappear. It's the minimum because the minimum is the lowest point on the graph. So if we have the u upside down, the vertex is going to be the maximum. Okay. So I'm going to show you an example with the maximum in a little bit at the end. But let's move on. So after we have the vertex, how do we write this in the vertex form? Okay. So this over here we call the standard form of this equation of the quadratic. Okay. So this is what we call the standard. Okay. The standard form of quadratic. So what about the vertex form? So that's a V. So what's the vertex form of these equations? So it's going to be equal to, first, um, we want to write down the x minus the x of the vertex, which is the 1. Then we close the bracket, put the square. Don't forget the squares outside the bracket. And then we want to do plus the y. Okay, so that's going to be a 3. And now don't forget at the end, make sure you put the leading coefficients, 2. So it always going to have just like this. So H and K, so the vertex point, because we don't want to get confused between the x and the y of the functions, we call H and K. Okay, so we solve H is 1 and K is 3, earlier above. Now, what about the maximum? So to get the maximum, all I have to do is to switch to put this in the negative, to put the negative side in front of the 2, and you can see this parabola turn upside down. So this vertex now became the maximum.